up? It's Cinema Shogun here, and on a daily basis, I am constantly combing through and skimming over tons and tons of news articles and random information, trying to figure out what stories that I would like to bring to you all and talk to you all about that day. And every now and then, or actually pretty often at this point, I come across a news story that just stops me in my track like, good God, what is happening here? And that's what happened this morning because, news is relatively slow. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of stuff going on out there, but it's hard trying to pick, like, what in the hell am I going to talk about? There's so much stuff. And, YouTube kind of limits what you're allowed to talk about, but I came across this wild news story coming out of Canada. It turns out that this woman who lives in Canada, she has a nice amount of property, I guess. She likes to take strolls in the early mornings and in the afternoons through her garden and through the wooded area surrounding her house. Well, recently she started finding what appeared to be the remains of animals and stuff all around her property and even in her garden. And then one morning she wakes up, she goes outside, and she finds a deer carcass laying in her garden. Now at this point, considering the fact that this is a pretty big animal, she gets alarmed because she's out here walking. I don't know her family situation. Maybe kids come to visit. Maybe she has kids. I don't know, but she's worried because maybe there's a predator somewhere around my house that's capable of taking out a deer. It could hurt me while I'm out strolling through the garden. So she chose to go ahead and get a trail cam. She left the deer carcass right where it was, almost using it as bait to see, what can I capture on this trail cam? What type of predators or animals, am I dealing with here? Now, she winds up catching a bobcat on her trail cam. And she thinks, oh yes, we got it, we caught it. We know the culprit. We know what is killing these animals around my house. But she doesn't remove the trail cam. And then, later on, the trail cam captures something so freaking scary, alarming, sadistic, twisted, nauseating. You see, she thought that, we got the bobcat. We know what our problem is. Everything's good. We know what we're dealing with now. But then, later on that night, when the sun goes down, what appears to be a couple of naked women come out of the woods. And when I say naked, maybe better yet, scantily clad women. They come out of the woods and they start acting kind of really weird. They go directly to the deer carcass and start feasting upon it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. This is a real news story. This isn't a legend. This isn't a folk tale. This is actually in the news today. She has video and photographic evidence of this situation going down. I want to go ahead and hop right into this article, but first, make sure you hit that like button. We got to start getting the likes up on these videos, y'all. Hit that like button, drop a comment below, share the video, and without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in, shall we? Scantily clad witches caught munching on deer carcass in bizarre security cam footage. A nurse and nature lover in Canada reportedly captured footage of what she said appeared to be two witches holding a carcass eating ritual with a camera she set up near her home. I don't know what the heck was up with that. Cornelia Stanhope, 36 of Powell River, British Columbia, says, "It really freaked us out. It's not something you see every day." After coming across a deer carcass in her garden on her property, Stanhope said that she set up a camera to survey any animals that might take interest in the dead deer. Me and my grandpa put up a trail camera to see if we could see animals, and we got a bobcat on camera, which was pretty cool, she said, adding that her 76-year-old grandfather, Bob, was horrified when he checked the footage and saw what appeared to be scantily clad women chomping down on the carcass at night. I came the next day, and Grandpa said he'd got naked people on the camera, and I say, "No, you did not, bull-ish." So he showed me. Stanhope noted to the outlet that the apparent carcass eaters emerged about 10 minutes after sunset, looking disheveled and like they were wearing wigs. You can't really tell from the photos, but the hoof was brought up right to her mouth, she said. I don't know if she was kissing it, smelling it, or eating it, but to touch a decaying carcass like that makes me feel sick. The amount of bacteria that must have been on there. Maybe they were paying their respects, but they were naked, she added. Stanhope noted that she was creeped out because the incident took place just a 2-minute walk from her house and that she feared for the safety of her horses. I was concerned about them messing with my horses at night, she said. The horses always get really spooked and unnerved around that area. I thought they imagined stuff at first, so I didn't think anything of it. Maybe I believe them now. The nurse hopes the incident was simply a prank or that the participants were on some good drugs. She decided against contacting the police after her grandfather noted that nothing technically illegal had happened. Social media erupted after Stanhope posted the photos online, with some claiming that it must have been a prank, while others were speculating that there was a satanic or other paranormal element at work. That's basically a walking demon from hell, one user wrote. If you hear screaming, stay inside and get a gun. You leave it alone. Others theorized that the figures were skinwalkers or wendigos, both of which are malevolent supernatural entities associated with Native American folklore. So one of my main takeaways from all of this is that this woman sitting here like, yeah, I'm scared. It's a 2-minute walk from my house. I'm scared they might hurt my horses. What about you? What about you and your grandpa and whatever other freaking family members you have? Forget the horses. Yeah, I'm worried about them, but you live 2 minutes away from these witches. And you're like, I'm scared they might get my horses. I would be scared that I'm going to wake up and these batshit crazy women are going to be at the foot of my bed chomping down on my calf muscles. What the hell? Oh, the horses? No. You should be worried yourself. And then, to put the cherry on top, the icing on the cake is, well, they didn't do anything illegal. Forgive me, I know I have a lot of Canadian viewers, but this has to be some Canadian mentality type of something creeping in here. Oh yeah, right there in our garden we had two witches eating a decaying deer carcass, but we're not going to call 911. No, no, no. They didn't do anything illegal. What about the fact that they're trespassing on your property, butt naked, eating maggots out of a dead deer that had been laying there for a couple of days? Maybe that would be enough to think, hey, maybe we should call police. I don't know about you, but I consider anyone who's eating a decaying deer carcass in the middle of a garden, in the middle of the woods, I would consider them a threat to all human life. They will probably hurt you. But at this point, this is like something straight out of a horror movie. And I don't mean just the witches or whatever eating the dead deer, the people making stupid decisions. You know what I mean? Like, this is all something that probably could have been ended with one phone call, but instead, you're just going to let the witches do them. Hopefully they don't hurt my horses or hurt me. Oh, man. I can tell you right now, I can't speak for everyone, but if that happened around my house, I would go set up a deer stand and wait for those witches to come back. And I guarantee you they wouldn't be leaving again. I'm not going to have no naked witches performing seances and rituals eating decaying deer carcasses in my garden. Let alone say, oh, well, we got it on footage. We know it's happening, but I'm not going to call the police. We don't want them to get arrested. They didn't do anything illegal. It's like, what? It's like directly out of a horror movie. It's like you had that chance. You could end the movie right now, but no, you make a dumb decision and then you wind up getting sacrificed to the freaking Satan or something. Like, who knows what's going to happen to these people. But I would never be able to sleep the same again. My life would be forever changed if I saw some stuff like that. I'm telling you right now. I probably would have winded up, hey, we're going to have to sell this house, sell the property. I don't care. I'm getting the hell out of here as far away as possible. But as of right now, they've done nothing. They caught these people eating the dead carcass in their garden. They chose not to call police. They chose to just go about life as normal. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hear something about, this family, something happening to this family in the future. At the very least, even if these witches don't come back to get them, the fact that they're that gullible and they've been able to exist on this planet this long, it's like natural selection probably should have taken these people out, before now. They're lucky to have, like your grandpa's 70-something years old? He's lucky to still be here today, making the dumb decisions that he's obviously been making. But it is what it is. Witches are out here on the loose. Be sure to check your trail cams. If you find anything like this, send it over here, and we'll talk about it on this channel. Let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and please, 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 watch out for witches tonight.